Muhammad Ali was a force of nature, a man shaped by his times, but who transcended them. He molded himself into a world-class athlete, who then transformed into a world-renowned personality and humanitarian. His story started in Kentucky, and today, his legacy lives on at the award-winning Muhammad Ali Center in Louisville. Providing a closer look at the life of a legend is President and Chief Executive Officer of the center, Donald E. Lassier.
Muhammad Ali was an icon, was a three-time world heavyweight champion, a great humanitarian, a great philanthropist, and also a world-class activist. He was a Golden Gloves champion many times over in his youth. In 1960, at the age of 18, he fought for the gold medal at the Rome Olympics and won, and was voted the best boxer in the Olympics. He also was a three-time world heavyweight champion, one of the youngest world heavyweight champions ever. Outside of the ring, he did some tremendous things as well. He was a UN Ambassador of Peace. He was awarded the Medal of Freedom, the highest award that could be given to a civilian by President Bush. In 1996, he lit the Olympic cauldron, and that was a tremendous accomplishment in that he had Parkinson's at the time. It was noticeable. So he exhibited extreme courage by lighting that cauldron in front of 2 billion people. Arguably, he was the greatest heavyweight champion ever. But it's not only what he did inside the ring, it's what he did outside of the ring. I'll tell you from a personal perspective, I was 6 years old when he made his conscientious objection. And by the time it was over in 1970, I was 9 or 10 or so. But he was already a hero to me, not because of what he had done in the ring, but because he had stood up against the U.S. government for his beliefs. So he taught me as a young child to have conviction for my beliefs, but also be willing to accept the consequences. And I think he did that for a generation of people, and for particularly people of color. He was one of the first people to come out and say, no matter what the color of my skin is, I'm beautiful. I'm prettier than a Hollywood movie star. He said that, and that really meant something, especially in the 60s. Here at the Muhammad Ali Center, we like to tell Muhammad's red bike story. So it started when he was 12 years old and he had a brand new Swin bike, and it was red. And he was attending an event at what now is the Columbia Gym. And when he exited the event, his bike was gone. He went to a police officer, Joe Martin, and he said to Joe Martin, I'm gonna whoop the thief that stole my bike. And of course, Joe Martin said, well, his name was Cassius Clay at the time. Cassius, do you know how to fight? And Cassius, being Cassius Clay, said, no, but I'm gonna whoop that thief anyway. And that started his boxing career. From that point on, Joe Martin said, well, let me teach you how to fight, because he ran a boxing program. And the rest is history. It started with a red bike. Muhammad Ali and his wife Lonnie Ali chose to build the Muhammad Ali Center here in Louisville, Kentucky, because as Muhammad said, Louisville, Kentucky is the greatest city in the world. He got a lot of his, fortitude growing up here in Louisville, Kentucky. As you know, when he grew up here, it was a very segregated city. And so that shaped him as well, in that he always wanted to fight for justice. And so Kentucky was an impetus for him to be an activist, but also gave him his grounding for his enormous ability to inspire people. So some of the notable things that a visitor would be able to see in our exhibits are the gold medal, the Olympic torch that he used to light the cauldron in 1996, the world-famous Elvis robe, which a lot of people get a kick out of. And then there's some really cool things that people may not notice but are very important. We have his first professional boxing contract that's on exhibit, and that's a really cool thing. Kentucky is the ideal location for the Muhammad Ali Center because Kentucky is Muhammad and Lonnie Ali's home. It's where they were born. It's where they were raised. It's also where they got their inspiration as young people. The Muhammad Ali Center should rank high on anyone's places to visit because the fact it is so unique It tells the story of a global icon that literally helped change the world. And it also is a place where people can come and be inspired, where they can find their own internal greatness and have just a heck of a time doing it.
This is just one of many stories that can be heard and experienced only in Kentucky.